dumb. They're like, no, we're not filming that again.
He's in every fucking Ben Stiller movie with that voice. He was in Night at the
Oh,
Museum.
so let's talk about him and his little
Talking
hidden
like that, too.
British identity that he did.
Oh yeah, that's a mask.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote down.
Fork.
Where is he? Okay.
Kiss ass.
Kiss ass. Gives up very easily, very doubtful in himself, but refuses to accept improvements. Use a knife, bro.
Yeah.
Like, every time
yeah.
they're always suggesting he should just use a knife because it's better than a fork. And he's like, no. I can only do the forks.
Because he doesn't. Oh
He
my
only
God.
believes he
Yeah.
can do the
Yeah.
force.
Yeah. And he has to
doesn't
put
try
on
to
a
use
facade.
spoons?
No.
He
just
does-
says
He used a
spoon.
spoon at the starting
Yeah.
of the movie.
And it didn't work out.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
He threw a spoon at the beginning of the movie and it missed.
Really?
He's like,
And
oh.
he's just like swore off every other cutlery
Yeah.
and forks forever.
Fucking
Well,
knife
no, because when he's talking
aerodynamic.
to himself, trying to make up a good pun, he was like, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you, so spoon."
Yeah, he was like practicing in the mirror. And he doesn't even have a British accent,
Yeah.
so like he has to put on
His
a facade
accent is like
to fit
a
into the
weird
role.
mix of Indian and British. Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that was
And
intentional.
his whole thing, they kept telling him,
in like
And he's wearing a
survival
turban, so
movie.
he's like turkey.
Yeah.
they kept telling him to wear blue on his outfit, but he was like, "No, I'm the Blue Raja." But he's like wearing all green.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you really look back into history, it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, he like
He's
has
like-
a deep
yeah.
understanding of himself
Mhm.
and doesn't think anyone else's
Yeah,
suggestions
he's very
will improve
narcissistic,
him.
like low key.
He's narcissistic in the internal way.
Yeah, he's
Like-
weird. He's just a weirdo.
Yeah, but he puts on a facade to fit into the role of hero and only drops it to his mother.
Pretty cool.
That is, he just like acts like
Literally
he
nobody
drops
else
the accent
knows.
when he talks to his mom,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Well, yeah, when he's not Blue Raja. Like even when they were in the bar and he was just hanging out with the fart dude, he wasn't using his accent.
He wasn't?
He was just talking.
You sure?
I'm
Was
pretty
he?
sure. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
He wasn't wearing his
they've
outfit
only
and he had his
seen
hair all
him-
combed over.
Yeah, but he was still wearing like kind of a weird outfit.
He was wearing like the leather
Oh,
jacket.
yeah, he's
weird
just a weird dude.
No, I think he does the accent every
Really?
time
Oh, I mean,
that he's around the other people to the point where they think that's who he is.
maybe.
Which is like the remember when we thought Brandon did that? Was anyone else? What do you mean with that?
No.
There was
Oh,
a time
like
whenever
his
we
voice?
thought his voice was just a bit that he was doing forever.
We thought
Braden actually did that for a long time and got stuck in it. Remember his like little monotone, like you remember that? Like
What was the
His monkey voice.
like a year and a half ago.
where I did?
Oh yes, this is how I talk now. And then you like talked
Yeah.
like that for like a year straight until
Yeah,
like, just
no.
recently.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Myself, I'm trapped in the bit.
yeah, you literally got trapped. Maybe they're all just
I
trapped.
got
in
the
a
Blue
dumb
Roger.
bit.
No, yeah, that's what it is. That's what I found out with all these because they all have problems that are deep set in their
But
psyche.
some of them actually have powers. So
like the
unless
only
they're
one.
tripping balls.
I think just the stereotype. What's his name? The Sphinx is the only one with powers in their team.
Bowler.
The
What are the-
Sphinx
Yeah, but that's from her
fucking
father.
Indian dude.
Yeah,
Native
that-
Her
American.
only
Farty
powers
guy-
from her father.
Farty
She
guy
can't
has
even
powers.
support the weight of him.
Oh, yeah,
whenever
Farty
it
guy.
comes
Yeah,
back.
Okay,
fart
that's
guy
true.
can actually
Like-
deadly precise his farts and knock
Yeah,
people
but it
out.
only worked in that first scene because whenever he farted in the car, literally nothing happened.
Yeah, they're just like, ugh.
So they must. The
Gross.
people in the bar must have just
Well,
been
Fury, Captain Furious, like lifted a bus.
He paid them.
No, remember
he paid
that
the
second
people
guy?
in the bar.
Dude,
in the restaurant, the fart guy, he just paid those people.
And the second
Collapsed
guy
when he
with the
farted.
headdress, he was choking on a sandwich.
Oh,
So he might have just gotten like really lucky with his timing.
Well, Invisible Guy went invisible.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Invisible guy actually had a fucking.
Well,
Dude,
maybe that's
he was
the
only
D
one-
metaphor. Yeah, maybe that's it.
he was the only one, and nobody believed
Yeah,
him.
oh my god, yeah, he didn't even believe in himself.
What are the powers of the Sphinx? Like,
He broke the guns in
Cut
half.
the
He
guns
didn't
in
do
half.
that.
oh yeah.
Did he do anything at the end?
No,
like at all.
He held a gun.
Like, and even in the scene where
he just
they went in,
relied on industrialism.
yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
He's Native American. Oh my god!
He used his black magic at the beginning. And
Oh yeah, and
And then
then
he
the
meets
white people.
The American white people.
The American. Oh my! Stop! He tried to help the white man, and then they came and like took him and abused his like fucking power. So he just like, went back and became an industrialist.
Oh my god. Yeah, because he never used his powers ever again after that first scene. Holy
Bailey, you're a genius.
Oh my god. This movie's so like Stupid levels of deep.
No, we could literally do this with every movie ever.
Yeah, I know. That's why this is a pod. That's why this is gonna be a
Oh
podcast.
yeah, dude, we should do this like every week, like
Yeah.
on a podcast.
On a fucking podcast.
We should be recording this conversation. Holy shit! Yes.
Oh, shit.
It's like 4 a.m, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we're recording this very late.
I have to be up in like 6 hours.
That's perfectly fine.
Just
Okay.
okay. Come
You
after
have to
this.
be up in 5 hours.
So who have we not went over
One
yet?
all-nighter.
Fury.
Let's go. Wait, we kind of discussed.
Yeah, but I don't think I went over my notes.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
What are the notes?
He's contrarian, rebellious, and defiant. Doesn't take
is
any
Fury?
bullshit. Thinks he's
He's
above
Ben Stiller.
everyone's understanding,
Ben
but is
Stiller.
very
Ben Stiller?
clumsy.
Yeah.
The character demonstrates how these attitudes only end in fury and suffering.
But then at the end, his whole thing was he loved that waitress he knew for a week, so he was able to
what
climb.
was the deal with that?
He was able to climb the forks.
There was like no
They had
reason
no
for him
spark.
to be with her.
Well, she actually made him bring out his actual personality for once. Because everyone else, he like put up this
Yeah.
big front, and then she was like, "No, like, what's your name?" He's like, Dirk Steele. Like, that was cool. Like, Roy is such a
And she
cool
was like,
name.
just apologize to your friends, and he's like,
Angrily.
Do you think I could do it in an angry way? And then he like clumsily tries to do it.
Yeah.
Like he's always trying to prove something.
He's
and it
always
just-
like putting up like this persona of him.
Yeah.
And then she was the first person to like
He's
actually
trying to
bring
live
him
up to
down.
this name.
Yeah.
Of fury.
Yeah.
He's really just
trying to
angry
be
at the
someone that
world.
he's not.
And she was the first girl to actually like not make him.
Which is
do that.
making because they're like a thing for like 5 minutes in the movie, and it's just really bad.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a
Like
bad
it's the one
movie.
part of the movie that
He, like,
I think
blows
falls
out-
really short.
He blows out like a chunk of blood from his nose, from when his nose
And that's
was
like
bleeding,
the only like
and, like,
moment
picks it
in
up.
quotations they had.
and then he just asks her out, and she's like, "Yeah,"
I guess.
out of nowhere.
And that's supposed to be like a moment once again.
Well, no,
in
remember because he
quotations.
was like, "I think I should walk you home because it's like really dangerous out." And she walked away from him, and he's like, "Okay, I just."
And
think
also,
it'd
it'd be
cool to walk
really
home."
nice
Yeah.
for like
And she was
whenever
like-
he's actually genuine and
Yeah.
doesn't
And
isn't
that's
putting
yeah.
on a.
So she like trained him like a dog, really. Oh
Yeah.
my god, the woman training the angry man.
She was training him the whole time. What did she do at the beginning?
just didn't acknowledge him.
No.
She was like, "Oh, I didn't
You know
find
what
you
was
scary
weird?
at all."
You know what was weird? Whenever he was sitting there by himself, he was like, "Do you think it'd be okay if I just drank coffee?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's okay." So like, she has this expectation that he's gonna buy food every time, and she's like trained him for that, for that exact thing.
She
She
wants.
needs his permission, or he needs her permission for that.
And she needs his tip money.
So she's just like,
Nah, I don't see
And
that.
That's kind of a
that's not really good.
no, but like yeah, no, she trains him. He's her little dog. Her little angry chihuahua.
I think we'll have to come back to
Ben
this.
Stiller's just an angry chihuahua.
Yeah.
He's just got little man syndrome.
Fuck, now I really want to watch Dodgeball.
Dude, next week,
Adam
Dodgeball.
Sandler.
All these
We'll go
fucking-
through
all these
his
actors.
entire
Will
discography.
Ferrell.
They're all the same age too,
Okay,
and they never work
fart
together.
guy. Now
Like
this,
all hate each other.
I think the fart guy is the deepest character in this movie. For
Who's-
as stupid as he looks.
Who is played by Pee Wee Herman, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His whole facade
So-
is being Pee Wee Herman, and then also just
Okay, so
it's all
knows
to mask how deep he is.
knows how undesirable he is and acts out of sheer desperation. His greatest power is ironically simultaneously his most unattractive feature, and he's
Oh.
trapped in the choice to conform and go against his strengths or follow them and become who he's meant to be.
A disgusting farting freak.
But
like-
there's nothing wrong with that because that's
like
ultimate
Toad
power.
from-
That's what he was
X-Men.
born for.
That's ultimate power.
To move away from that would be to deny his purpose.
But I thought we made up. I thought he was making all that up. Remember earlier, we were like,
Yeah.
he doesn't have the power.
I'm pretty sure well, if he was making that up, then what would that make his character? Like he was just trying to justify
He just
how
wanted
ugly
friends.
he is
Yeah.
He just wanted people to
by
hang
saying
out
that
with.
there's a power with it.
Yeah.
Also, like how did he know that they were.
So he was trying to put
Wait.
off. He was trying to put off the impression of your first point when really it's all just bullshit. It's all just
Yeah. No.
He's just fucking gross. And he's
didn't
like,
even-
I want people to hang out with. And the
don't
only
even-
way he could is tricking these retarded superheroes into thinking that he had a superpower from his
The whole time he
grossness.
didn't even have a superpower.
Yeah, he just wanted to hang out with people.
Yeah, like whenever they're sewing the things, he just keeps sewing. Like while everyone else is like listening to the conversation, listening to what's
Also-
happening, he's just trying to like
during
blend
the
into the
tryouts.
background.
What made them completely veto the waffler? Like he's honestly like more dangerous than the shoveler. Like
Yeah.
straight
He
up could
burned
just
his.
burn- yeah,
he burned
he
his
doesn't have
face
any
and it didn't
metaphor.
leave a mark.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's straight up.
He
like,
didn't have any meaningful metaphors.
yeah, he wasn't cool enough. He wasn't the grandpa or the dad in Shameless.
He's just fucking Kyle.
So what was that? So
No,
when did
dude,
they
Ben
send out
Stiller's
the
a
thing?
Kyle.
When did they send out the like hero requests? Because I feel like
Right
literally-
after they get their ass kicked by
Yeah.
the guys, like the first time when they show
No
up to
one.
the
Yeah,
mansion.
yeah,
But I feel like
By the disco
the
funky
fucking
men.
fart guy, right?
yeah. Well, they go to Black Invisible Boy.
I think-
that's racist. He's just invisible. There's no need to point out he's black and also blonde.
Oh shit, he's a black person.
Oh my god!
He's invisible. Because he's just stereotypical.
Token
And his
black
name is
guy.
Stereotype Man.
Dude,
His
his
character's
just
so
yeah, that's
stereotypical.
Ben
it just
Stiller,
blends in.
Ben Stiller was like the main guy that didn't want him on in first. You know, he was trying to veto him the whole time they were in his apartment.
Because he's rebellious and full of hate.
and black. And Ben Stiller's a racist.
What a twist.
And he's racist. Yeah, he was the one that's like, oh, let's just get out of here, guys. I don't think he's got any powers.
And then when they were talking to the disco guys, he fucking was like all chill until the black guy stepped up. He's like, "Oh, what's up, lilac?" Whatever he said to him.
Tiger Lily?
Tiger Lily.
Okay, I have a theory. So I think the fart guy is literally just this gross incel. And he was sitting there, right? Like next to a
Overheard
table.
them talking.
And overheard them talking about the superhero thing.
Well, they already
Made
knew
up
him.
this
They knew
ploy.
him prior.
How?
I don't know. They just when he walked over, they all like knew him. They're
No,
like,
they
"Oh
didn't.
God, here he comes again."
No.
Blue Roger was like, "Oh God," and then put the thing on.
No, that was
No, he pulls out
They-
the clothing
they just
pins
saw
after he's
him.
like, watch this, and then he shits himself.
No, I
Just-
feel like
He's like,
told-
pull my
they-
finger, and then the dude's like,
They totally
like,
knew
"Oh,
him.
no."
No, I feel like
No,
they
they were-
definitely
No, they
knew him
didn't.
They were
prior.
like, oh, we were just leaving actually.
Yeah.
Because he's just gross.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
but
think
he's
they
like,
knew
no
him.
wait, I
Go
have
off,
power.
go
pull
off,
my
buddy.
finger.
But I think he overheard it, right? Constructed this like really bad plan, and walked over and just got really lucky with the guy choking on the sandwich, and the other people like passing out, like just perfectly timed it, like somehow, and then he was just on the team because he didn't do anything after that.
Yeah.
He literally just farted in the window and it didn't pass. It didn't make them pass out or anything.
And then, other than that, he also just used gun. Like, at the end, they all just, like, they wouldn't have fucking won if it wasn't for guns.
That's an anti-gun control movie.
and the father.
This entire movie, no one like has powers or uses them at all. They're literally just normal
You're
people.
nuts.
And then they meet a
The
weapon
guy
designer.
gives him the
If
forks
anything,
to climb.
the genius
And that's,
weapon
like, the
designer
only
has
thing he
more
does.
power than any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And he
And
was
they
just sitting back
completely
watching
dismiss
on the
him first,
TV.
at first.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote about him.
Wait, who?
The
where is
weapons designer.
it? Heller, unrecognized genius. He is ignored by those who need him the most, despite his best efforts. He sticks to his principles,
Guys, Alex passed out.
even though he likely makes no money,
baby.
and he lives in an abandoned circus because he has been abandoned and deemed obsolete by society.
We're still doing
Because
he makes
because his stuff is non-lethal,
it's non-lethal, and this movie wants you to.
and
think.
this movie is
Just
Pro-
think how smart that fucking
pro-
Heller guy though.
It's not
We
pro
just talked
killing
about this.
necessarily.
It's the
Pro-
fucking tornado in the can.
consumerism, which
The blame
is
blow- the
drawn
blame
in.
for-
Hence,
with war.
Mr. Amazing Suit,
Yeah,
Captain Amazing, whatever his fucking name is.
which is drawn in with violence and war because that's
Captain
what he
Planet.
wants.
Oh
to
my god,
perpetuate.
so they're all non-lethal, right? And the only time they actually kill someone is when they kill the big hero without the guns.
The
when they
big, like big hero
Yeah.
quotations.
Oh yeah, he's
When
actually
he's like
the villain.
secretly the bad guy,
Yeah.
like he's basically the bad guy.
He even offered to
He-
be his the sidekick to cast out
yeah,
Frankenstein.
he's like, if you let me out, I'll fucking.
He's like, oh fuck, okay, yeah, I'll be amazing boy.
Not to mention, he's like a massive dick.
Yeah. He's just
Like they're trying to like
he's playing both sides.
they're trying to get him to like escape, get out of the machine, and he's just yelling at them, being a massive dick, and it leads to his death.
Yeah,
His
just like
arrogance,
introducing
his
so
pride.
much.
Like chaos.
stress and chaos into them, and
That
they
is
just
capitalism.
they just end up killing him.
Well, yeah,
inadvertently.
even when he's like after he fights the Red Eyes in the beginning, and he's like taking all those pictures, he like shoves the little kid and pushes the dude on the wheelchair after the.
Yeah,